Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here with a very special guest, Haley, my girlfriend, and we have her half torn apart XR80 back here. And what we're going to be doing today is tearing this thing the rest of the way apart, sending the frame and swing arm out to powder coating, and then getting the bike all the way back together. So it's going to be a really fun video, so stay tuned. So that was it. Yeah, what do you think? Like 25 minutes to take half the bike apart. Wasn't too bad for two people. And now we've got a whole pile of parts of what used to be Haley's dirt bike. So there's a couple small things we'll need to do to prep for powder coat. Need to knock out the steering races on the frame and the pivot bushings on the swing arm, as well as clean all the dirt and grime off these parts. For the races, I should be able to use an extension and tap them out with a hammer. Let's see if this works. Got them. Now I'm thinking I'll be able to do the same thing on the swing arm as well. Just pop the end caps off, slide out the spacer. It's not too crusty. And then the bushings are just plastic, so I think I should be able to knock them out using the same method. Time to get cleaning. Let's be soaking these with some simple green degreaser and then hitting them with a pressure washer. All right, we're all ready for powder coating. So I'm gonna drop these off at the shop tomorrow, and while we're waiting on those to come back, I can do a little bit more cleaning over here. Gotta freshen up the gas tank, the air box, and I think the rest of this stuff is pretty clean. And also going to do some cleaning on the engine as well. So the gas tank and air box were cleaned with Dawn dish soap and completely dried. Now it's time to work some magic with the Cerakote trim coat. So I let the trim coat dry for about 20 minutes, and as you can see, this stuff turned out insane. You can see the difference between the gas cap, which I didn't coat, and the gas tank. Huge difference there. This stuff never fails to blow my mind. So now it's time to clean up the engine. I've got the intake covered up with duct tape as well as the vent. The exhaust has a rag stuffed in the port, and it's fine to have the flywheel and stator get wet. We'll just blow those out later. So I'm just gonna be using simple green and a pressure washer on this as well. I was able to get the engine fairly clean. Didn't really want to go too crazy with it and start polishing up the cases or anything like that. But the shift shaft has a little bit of damage around it, damage to the case and the seal. And as you can see, it's been leaking some oil. So I am going to yank that seal out and replace it. I'm thinking we still have enough material left on that crankcase to create a good seal. So I'm going to pop in a new OEM seal and we should be good to go. If it still leaks, I can always build up some epoxy on that crankcase. Well, 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 look what we got here. Got the frame and swing arm back from powder coating. Really happy with how these turned out. The guy did a great job on everything. Pretty pumped on the color too. Just a nice, simple gray with a tiny bit of metallic in it. Did a nice job of prepping everything. Masked off all the holes that shouldn't have powder, like the threads, the neck of the frame, and the pivot of the swing arm. So I had him do the sandblasting as well. So he took these parts from start to finish, and really happy with how they turned out. So the shop I used is local to me, about 30 minutes away. It is called Limitless Coatings in Post Falls, Idaho. So if you guys are local, definitely go check him out. So I will put his Instagram right here on the bottom of the screen. All right, let's bring this stuff inside and get them ready to go back together. Now for the frame, I'm gonna use clear grip tape here on the side, so that way it doesn't wear from boots like it was worn before. The grip tape is also gonna keep Haley on the bike. I know this thing is pretty fast. It's an XR80, so I don't want her getting whiskey on it. Also need to pop in the steering stem races up front. And for the swing arm, I have new pivot bushings. Both of these are Tusk brand. Now to install the races, I've got a press here from Tusk. This allows you to press in pretty much any bearing race. It's got a bunch of different sizes here. Now I've seen people push in the races with a punch and a hammer, but I would prefer to do it right. If one of these gets cracked or damaged when you're installing it, that would not be good when you're riding it. So first up, I'm gonna find the collar that works with these races. Looks like that one's the right size. I'm gonna get the race started in the frame. Now it does help to leave these in the freezer overnight, and you can even heat up the neck of the frame. That'll help with installation. But I didn't get the chance to pop these in the freezer. Got this little handle for the adapter to get the race started in the frame. Now I'm gonna bust out the press. This piece slides through the neck of the frame. Looks like that one's seated in nice and straight. And I'm gonna get started on the other side. Now let's cut up some grip tape and get this beautiful powder coat job protected. This stuff looks pretty sweet on there. I think it'll have no problem staying in place. Now let's get the swing arm dialed in with the bushing kit. Now at this point, the bike is ready to go back together. I'm sure Haley's gonna be really pumped with the powder coat on the frame and swing arm. So I'm gonna get her little butt out here to help me get her bike back going. But this is everything to her bike right here. All right, we are ready to get this thing back together, so Haley can start riding again.
Yes.
Let's go for it.
All right.
All right, the bike's coming along really good. Really loving the colors on there. Looking just primo. She's got to run and do some schoolwork. So I am going to bolt on a few more things for the bike, and then we'll just wrap up the video right there. We've got some more work to do. I have the wiring to bolt up, as well as the carburetor, flywheel cover, chain, and all the guards and guides. Man, this thing is coming along really good. I'm almost more excited about it than the 250. I don't know, I've always just really liked these little bikes. This is what I grew up riding, and it brings back so many memories working on it. As you guys probably noticed, my grip tape isn't holding up the best. It's peeling up pretty good. Might as well just peel it all the way off. So definitely do not buy this, it's leaving some glue on there. This Factory Effects grip tape. It is no bueno. Got some different grip tape on the way. Hopefully the other stuff works a little better. And one more thing, I did swap out the front tire for a new one. This is an OEM tire from Rocky Mountain. As you can see, not a whole lot of tread on these from new. This wheel is kind of a funky size. It's a 16-inch front, so no one like Dunlop or Michelin or Bridgestone makes any decent tires in that size. So this will have to do. All right, guys, made a lot of good progress on the XR today. So pumped with how it's coming along. Really glad we went ahead and powder coat the frame and swing arm. Looks so much better. Now in the next video, I'll be able to finish up the bike completely. I've got a bunch of cool parts over in the corner for it. So that'll be pretty cool. I'm gonna surprise Haley with it when it's all finished up. She's been so busy with school lately, and this will be a nice little gift for her. Just a little heads up for you guys, I do have new hats and t-shirts over on the website. This is a new hat right here. Really pumped with how this one came out. New t-shirt as well. Got a few other hats here. Curved bill with the Prime MX text. Got a closer look at it. And a flat bill as well. Love the colors on that one. Just got the same text on there. So I will drop a link to all this stuff down below. That is gonna wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the video when we wrap this thing up. Till then, keep it prime.